Think of a time when you were making an important point and you just kept getting interrupted. Isn't that the most frustrating thing? Well, in this video, we discuss what you can do and say the next time you are interrupted so that your message gets heard. Hi, I'm Anita from Cortex.com. I'm a neuroscientist and a communicator. On this channel, we come together to discuss all things communication and how to sound more confident. If that sounds interesting to you, come on board and join the family. Did you know that women are more likely to be interrupted than men? And that number goes up if you are the youngest in the team. In fact, a study showed that female Supreme Court justices were interrupted 3 times more than male Supreme Court justices. So the next time you're interrupted, know that you are not alone. In this video, I have broken down different kinds of interruptions, from the more small and mild kinds of interruptions all the way to the more aggressive and nasty kinds of interruptions. I'm going to walk you through how you can handle all of these different kinds of interruptions. Okay, not all interruptions are nasty. Some interruptions are well-intentioned and are disguised as a desire to show you support. Some people are just excited about your idea and want to ask a question or make a comment that just cannot wait. You can tell a well-intentioned interruption with the tone of the person asking the question or making the comment. Here's how you're going to handle a well-intentioned interruption. You're going to let them finish, acknowledge their point, and then continue. Your response can sound something like this. That's a really good point. In fact, I'm just about to address that in my next slide. When someone who wants to support you happens to interrupt you, it's best to politely let it slide and continue. This brings me to the next kind of interruption, the focus shifting interruption. This is where the interrupter changes the topic completely. Let's say you are presenting ideas and they are commenting on the problems, or you are presenting the results and they're commenting on deadlines. You know that if you feed into this interruption, you're going to snap out of the flow of ideas and shift the focus of your message. It's in your best interest to get back control of your message. So your response would sound something like this. I'm not quite done making my point. I really want to get through these ideas. Would that be okay? By adding the last phrase, would that be okay? Let's face it, you're not really asking them permission or their consent. You're just finding a polite way for you to move ahead and take control of your message. Now, we all know of those meetings where people are constantly interrupting each other, jumping across topics, and before you know it, the meeting has spiraled out of control. People are sitting there, but no work is being done. Does that sound familiar? Let me know in the comments below. If you know that you have a couple of team members who have a tendency to constantly interrupt and make meetings counterproductive, you are going to take matters into your own hands. You will set expectations before you start speaking. Mention that you will take questions and open the floor for discussion after you finish your presentation. The advantage of doing this is if someone happens to interrupt you, you can then remind them that you have dedicated some time for discussions at the end of your presentation. This way, you have taken control of the situation, you've made sure that your message is heard, and you've made the meeting a little bit more productive. So far, we've seen that people can interrupt you because they want to show support or they're just impatient. But sometimes interruptions can be a little bit more aggressive and can be a form of bullying. If this happens, you need to have a conversation. The first step is to have a conversation as a team and discuss effective communication skills without having the need to pinpoint one person. If that doesn't work, the next step is to have a private conversation. And I know that sounds scary and confrontational, but I promise you, if you approach this conversation by assuming good intent and having a curiosity mindset, you will get the answers you're looking for. In this conversation, I want you to separate the person from their habit. You might be surprised to know that people don't even realize that they are interrupting. People from different parts of the world communicate differently, informed by different cultures. And sometimes interruptions are just a form of reflecting anger or frustration in the moment. The one thing that I want you to take away from this video is to not feel inferior or helpless the next time someone interrupts you, but instead take matters into your own hands. You now have 4 different ways to deal with interruptions like a pro, because you, my friend, deserve to be heard. Thank you so much for watching. Keep speaking up for yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.